Hey guys, welcome to Talk to Eitan episode 20. And today we got Jeremy Pagani. How you doing?
Oh, fantastic, man. How are you?
Great. Thank you very much for joining the show. I know it's the time differences and everything we have is always difficult to arrange these things. But yeah, great to finally meet you. And just to let everyone know, guys, I've never actually spoken to Jeremy properly. So this is my first time as well, getting to know him and for you guys to get to know him as well. So if you have any questions, please just comment below. And I'm sure Jeremy or myself will be happy to respond to any questions you have. So yeah, first and foremost, Jeremy, where are you from? Where are you based?
So I'm based out of British Columbia, Canada, and more specifically than that, I'm based out of like Chilliwack.
Okay. What's it like there? Like, what kind of sort of environment is it?
Well, currently it's really smoky outside because we're dealing with a lot of like forest fires. But that's anybody knows anything about BC, Canada knows it's generally forest fire season this time of year. But
Really?
yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that's every region has their own sort of disasters that they deal with, and that's what BC currently deals with. But yeah.
Is it quite warm? Is it quite warm there at the moment?
Yeah, it's about 35 degrees out right now, and that's Celsius. So, well, you know.
Yeah, yeah, 35
Yeah,
degrees. So did you say 35 degrees?
yeah.
Wow, it's really hot there. Wow, okay. And when so I'm guessing, but winter will just probably switch very soon, right?
Oh, it's
Roughly.
like it's so crazy just like the transition that happens. It's just sort of like we're good all the way up through mid-December, and then all of a sudden out of nowhere, it's like 5 degrees, 8 degrees, 15 degrees.
Is it
It's a
always
map.
is it always hot every summer there? Pretty much.
Oh, actually, yeah. Usually, it's been very very hot. Actually, last
Really?
summer it was the hottest summer we've had all year. It was
Really?
or yeah, of record. It was like 43 degrees outside.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Very similar to
We
us.
won't get into
Yeah.
how unprepared Canada was for that, but
I know,
it
yeah.
wasn't good.
Yeah, I think a bit like us, you don't have air conditioning and things like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
There
so
were so many like people that
yeah.
just were not prepared for that. So yeah.
Will you tell me, you born and bred there? Is this your home as well?
Yeah,
Were you
so
brought
well,
up?
not specifically this town, but
Yeah.
BC, Canada is where I was born and raised. Yeah.
And tell me, Jeremy, what is it you do in what do you do for an occupation? Do you
So
have any hobby?
I own a landscaping business. I do just general maintenance and stuff like that. So like hedging, mowing your grass, winterizing garden beds, snow removal, that kind of stuff.
You've been doing that? Is that something you've been doing for a long time, or is this like a
Yeah,
recent venture?
yeah. This will be going on 10 years of doing that.
Oh wow! So how did you get into that? What was your did you
Um,
study for that? Just went
no,
into it.
no, it was just something that I just I kind of stumbled into. I just really needed a job, and I was there was a landscape company based out of Maple Ridge, and he's like, "Well, what's your experience?" And I'm like, "Nothing." And he
Okay.
just took me under his wing and just said, "Well, um, like I'll teach you what I know, and you can just." And then I just ended up really loving the job. I remember that actually the very first day that I went into work, I had never been so exhausted in my entire life.
Yeah, it's
It's just because it's really hard physical work, but like after doing it for a few years, I just kind of decided that this is kind of what I wanted to do. So I ended up starting out my own company. So
so we can. I was going to say to you, so it must be it's physically demanding job, so it probably keeps you in shape just by doing that job, right?
you would think so. You
Yeah,
would think so, but like anything, your body gets accustomed to any
yeah.
sort of like your body just adjusts, right? So yeah, I don't know. Like this is going to be on the like Aphro-D page.
It will be, yes. Yeah,
Oh
it
yeah.
will be. Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
as you can tell by the stuff around my midsection, it seems not to be working good enough. But yeah, yeah, I mean, like anything, you should be incorporating any kind of physical exercise into your life. But
I mean, we never judge anyone. I mean, everyone's on their own journey, So I know 100% fine how everyone's looking, and the main thing is that people are trying to kind of work on themselves to better themselves. That's the main thing, really. However long that takes, So yeah, don't worry about it, I guess.
and actually, that is
You know,
something I really enjoy about this channel is like, or about like this group is how we're so good at like in inspiring other people to bring out the best in themselves. And that's actually one of the things that I love about the Aphro-D Nation is just how like we're always being tagged and stuff, and there's always challenges to do, and we're always just trying to bring out the best in each other. And I think that's amazing.
Yeah,
I think
I
that
think yeah, you're
yeah.
right. I mean, you know, also the transparency and openness. It's like you know, like we don't know it all, and we're happy to hear other people's opinions and their thoughts because not everything is you know, not everything is an exact truth. That makes sense. Like, you know, we know things up to a certain point. We know it works, but certain things work differently for different people in their own way. So, and that's another great thing about the group is we're always kind of learning new things and exploring new ways of helping people. You know, 100%. So, so like, are you doing a lot of training in your own time as well, in
So
terms of your own personal development?
I try to actually I don't know if you can hear it in my voice, but I'm just kind of getting out of this sickness that I've been having for a little bit here. But yeah, so I try to go to the gym 3 times a week, and then on because that's honestly all that I can handle, like because my
Sure.
job is pretty physical. So but yeah, I try to go to the gym 3 times a week,
And
eat fairly healthy.
what made you? Have you always been training, or is this something like a recent thing, or
No, so November of last year, I looked at myself in the mirror and I was roughly 180 pounds, which I mean, for people that are tall, that's probably nothing, but I'm only 5'8".
okay?
So 180 pounds at 5'8" was just, and I just remember feeling like bloated and uncomfortable all the time, and my body hurt, and I was just like, I got to do something to change. And I just decided that I just was going to do everything in my power to just try to be better, right? Just to look better, to read as much as I possibly could, to try to, you know, be as healthy as I possibly could. And like everything, it's not a I don't beat myself up over like, you know, having the odd beer every now and then and eating the odd pizza now and then. I just feel like better is better, right? So if you're just constantly trying to do better and better and better and better, then you know the results speak for themselves. So the results always come. You just need to be perpetually getting better and better.
Tell me, was there like a specific moment? You know, you said you looked yourself in the mirror and said, like, do you remember that moment? Do you remember that
Oh
day?
yeah.
Like what happened on that day? Like, curious to hear about that moment.
Um, Actually, I have that picture.
Oh, do you?
I
Oh, okay.
posted in the group.
Ah, okay.
It's that bathroom picture of me
Oh,
like
yeah.
super big. But yeah, it was literally that day. I just got tired of being sick and tired. You know
I
what I mean?
think what was it? Because obviously, I'm sure you've seen yourself in the mirror on a daily basis. Like, what was it about that day specifically? Was it just literally just a burnout? Like that's enough, or did something else happen on that day?
Well, I think no, it was just a combination of just constantly making poor healthy decisions and just feeling just like horrible all the time. And just was, I don't know, I just wanted more, you know what I mean? And I have kids and I have a wife and I have people that are depending on me to stay healthy and happy. And if I'm just like this blob that's moving around everywhere and isn't able to, you know, show up to be the best version of themselves, and kids watch, you know,
Oh
kids are
yeah.
constantly paying attention, right? So if it's like, again, dad's on the couch again, you know, having a beer and not really able to, you know, function, it's like, I don't know. It was really just a combination, I guess, of many things, but I just had enough.
Yeah, no, I completely understand that. I mean, you know, I've never actually asked this. I've never actually asked a Canadian this, but what do you think is like a classic Canadian like average meal? You think like what was is it like a Canadian dish, so to speak? Because I mean, I know we have like come from very similar cultures. Food is probably not that different, but is there something like everyone eats a
That's
particular kind of
a,
food, or
that's such a good question because we're so cultured here. Like
mm,
there's so like we're just so we're only 155 years old as a
yeah,
country, right?
yeah, yeah.
So as far as like what Canadian food really is, I think it really bases from region to region. So, or like, sorry, not region to region, province to province, more
Province, yeah.
specifically. Yeah. So, like, um, I guess for here, where it would be a lot of like, what would be it? I guess steak and potatoes
Mm,
and corn and yeah, just kind of like that kind of very like steak, potato, vegetable kind of base meal.
Do you think so? What do you think is making people put on weight? Like maybe in your talk about where you live, maybe is it like the
So
beer? Is it the beer drinking, or do you think it's the food? Like, what do you think it
no,
is?
I think really what's making people put on weight is just their how easy and accessible just crap food is.
Just crap food. Okay. Yeah.
If you go to the grocery store and if you just stick to the outer perimeter of the grocery store, that's all the food you'll ever need is just on that outer perimeter of the grocery store, right? You go, you get your meat, you get your cheese, you get, you know, the stuff that's like fairly
Mm.
decent for you, but then all that crap in the middle, that's where everybody gets fat in, right? Because it's easy to like pick up a bag of chips and eat a bag of chips.
And
Basically,
it's
anything that comes in a bag is probably not good for you.
and it's cheap. Is it cheap there? Is food cheap there
Yeah,
where you are?
it's well, I mean, groceries
Affordable.
have gone up. I mean, anything, I think people are actually suffering quite
Mm.
a lot over here with the price of food, but yeah, but it is cheaper than the stuff that's around the exterior perimeter for sure.
Interesting. Yeah. Interesting.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
it could be a combination of just this is the best, you know, uh financial choice for us right now. We'll go eat in like the udon noodles and like the Mr. Noodle packages, and you know, every once in a while we'll get like a little piece of chicken and stuff like that. But yeah, it's basically just what it boils down to is just personal choice. Like if we all have a choice of what we can eat, you know what I mean? And if we made adjustments in our life to eat properly, then
Yeah.
I think yeah, I think there's never been a magical secret to why, you know, why people are obese. Like we can break it down to genetics and all the rest of that stuff, but really what it comes down to is personal choice, in my opinion.
No, 100%.
I shouldn't just like paint a brush. Like in my opinion, like
Yeah. Yeah.
taking it from a person who's like been like big and like has slimmed down and then went big again and then slimmed down again. It's always been because of the choices I've made with my food and
No,
how I was. Yeah,
you're definitely right that the vast majority of people, if they make healthy interventions with the way they're eating and drinking, they will lose weight. But yes, there is a small minority of people that may have a genetic issue, possibly will find it impossible to lose weight. Like they're a tiny minority, but you're right, vast majority of people, 100%, you have the right food, the right food quality and quantity in front of them, they will lose weight and they will be healthier for sure. So like, tell me, like, what are like when do you have time to do any hobbies or anything like that that you do in your own time? Any kind of
so
interests?
so currently like hobbies. I had a huge whiskey collection at one point in time
Oh,
in my
right.
life, and
Okay.
that was kind of a fun hobby for a bit. But I think moving forward, I think my hobbies are going to try to be more focused on to like spending more time with my kids
Mm.
and physical fitness and that kind of stuff, because you know I'm 35 years old, and you know, I mean, as much as like having a whiskey collection is cool, it's not really, you know, like it's. But yeah, it was an interesting time in my life. But I so currently my hobbies right now are just oh, actually I'm a personal coach for men.
Okay.
Yeah,
What?
so like if like relationship issues that you're dealing with, or
Oh,
if
okay.
there's like conflict in between you and your wife, I've actually helped lots of men
So
in
that's
that
a hobby. So
regard.
that's a hobby for you. Is that a
Yeah,
hobby?
yeah. Yeah,
Ah,
I mean, sometimes they'll pay me for it, but for the most
ah,
part, I'm
very good.
constantly trying to. My feeling is like we should always be kind of doing something that is like a giving back in some way, right? So if like I don't know, maybe I set myself up for this and not right, but like you should like life is fantastic. You should be doing things to better yourself, but any opportunity that you can where you can take the skills that you've got in your own life and help somebody else, I feel like that matters.
And what about like I know you're a big ice hockey nation. Like, do you like sport, watching sport, anything like that?
Actually, I don't. I
You don't?
actually
Oh,
don't
okay.
like watching hockey at all.
Okay.
I don't. It's so I was such a like a minority in that regard,
Ah, yeah, yeah.
and especially in school because I was more into like arts stuff, like
Ah,
singing, like
okay. Okay.
martial arts, and like just that type of stuff. So it was as you could tell, yeah, I was not the most popular kid in school, but but yeah, hockey is huge here. Hockey is massive
Yeah,
here.
yeah. No,
Playing
understandable.
hockey on the street and all the rest of that stuff. Yeah, it's huge here.
Yeah,
But yeah, for
100%.
myself, not really.
I mean, and then like sort of following into Aphro-D. I mean, I know you said like you one. I don't know if it was I don't know when that picture was taken, in a day or in the evening. You just decided to have enough. So how did you find Aphro-D? How did this kind of come into the frame and into the picture? What were you looking for?
Well, I think like with any sort of I think with algorithms being what they are, and if you're constantly searching for ways to better yourself as a man, I think that's kind of how I first was introduced to it. So it kind of showed up as something in the background on my feeds on Facebook and stuff like that. And I kind of saw it a couple of times, and I'm like, yeah, it's probably like every other testosterone
Mm,
supplement. And then um I saw a link and it had a video and it said like all the guys that are having like really good positive results with this. And again, me being skeptical did not at all think of anything of it. And then he started saying, "Oh, there's lots of like science behind it, and there's all these trials, and you can look them up yourself." And I was like, "Okay, well that's really interesting." So at one point I was like, okay, you know what? I'll buy a bottle. I'll take it for a month, and if I get anything out of it, great. And if it isn't for me, then it isn't for me. And actually, I didn't subscribe the first time I bought Aphro-D. Um, and then I took it for a month, and it was really interesting the amount of change that happened in such a short period of time. Like I went from like I just started getting back into the gym and working out and stuff like that. And I was pushing like, 35-pound dumbbells like on chest and
yeah.
doing curls and stuff like that. And literally within 3 weeks, I was pushing 75-pound
Oh
dumbbells.
wow. Okay.
Like the kind of weight that I was pushing when I was
Mm.
20. Like within 3 weeks, I was like, that's amazing. And then not to mention like I don't know how much I don't know how personal we can get into
As whatever you're comfortable. So yeah, whatever you
yeah,
want.
so
Yeah, whatever you want to
corrections
say.
and stuff like
Yeah.
that were like incredibly hard, like super hard, and it's like 3 times a day.
Oh yeah.
It was like it
Yeah, I
was
think I remember reading about that. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, it was insane. I basically went from 35-year-old, which is not like that old, but like right back to being 20 years old again. And for somebody who's like I think like if you're like 40 or 50, this is like you should be 100% taking this product. Like for just like general longevity and for strength and for like overall just like feeling like a man, this product is for you 100%. Um yeah, it was a huge improvement. And like as soon as I saw those types of results, I went and I obviously I'm subscribed now, and I try to participate in the Aphro-D Nation as much as I possibly can. I'm a huge advocate for this product. This is amazing.
How long have we been taking Aphro-D for now? How long has it been?
It's actually just been a little bit over a month.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah, it's
not
like
that
it
long.
was, and it was yeah, it wasn't very long at all. And I'm actually going to be making a so I had my blood test taken before I started taking Aphro-D, and they said my testosterone levels were like within normal ranges.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be interesting to like take this for 3 months and then make a doctor's appointment and then say like what's my testosterone levels. It'll be actually I think it's going to be kind of funny to see what their response is. They're like, I don't know what you're taking, but this is
Yeah.
this is insane. Like how are they so high?
Yeah. No, 100%. So in terms of the other sort of feelings, do you like what about like mentally and psychologically? How do you feel? You feel the same, different in terms of
So um I feel like there's like I've always been pretty driven, like when it comes to like accomplishing goals and going after what I want to go after and stuff like that. I've always been pretty motivated in that regard. So like when I have a goal in mind of what I want to achieve, there's pretty much nothing that can stand in my way to stop me from achieving that goal. So I think what Aphro-D has done on a psychological level is just kind of made it more solidified, I guess. Like
Okay.
it just like, you know what I mean? Like it's like you're taking this product, you're going after what you want to go after, you're making a commitment to your health. Like, let's go. If that makes any sense at all.
Yeah, I guess it's given you, it's instilled a stronger confidence, maybe something like that. Yeah, like a sort of stronger certainty, and yeah,
I think, but as far as like overall, I can't really speak to like the deeper psychological effects that it's going to have on me because,
yeah,
like I said, I've only been taking it for a month.
yeah. It's early days. Yeah, 100%.
So,
Yeah,
but yeah, I think that would be an interesting sort of. I think that would be interesting to look at, like in people that have like been taking it for 3 months or 6 months or over a year, just see like the mental and physical transformation in those people from day one to a year's time from now.
yeah. I have to say, it is fascinating because I've been involved for over 2 years. It is fascinating to hear the different kinds of effects it has on different people. Some people would be like, the first thing they say is, "It's improved my drive straight away." Like
Yeah,
immediately, like I feel more confident drive, and like they will just take it for that. They don't care about the fat loss, the muscle, like psychologically it's doing the trick. Not going to stop taking it. And they probably they have had results as well, but that is the main thing. Other people's like, it's just making me completely ripped, like my body's completely ripped. Some people will say like, it's really good for my gut health. So yeah, I mean, that's the beauty of the human race. It's like, even though we're taking the same supplement, it's affecting you in a different way, different positive ways. And you're right. See, give it a few more months or 6 months, a year. You probably will see different things happening which you don't even realize are happening.
yeah.
Like anything. Have you taken other supplements before? Does have interest?
Well, I mean, as far as like my my overall supplements that I take, so
Yeah.
I take zinc, I take magnesium, I take vitamin B6, vitamin B12, I take what else do I take? I take greens drink, and I take protein powder, and I take creatine. And I think as far as like, and I usually take those, I kind of stagger them because the body doesn't need
Yeah.
to be taking
Mm.
vitamins and minerals every single day.
Cycle them. You cycle the supplement. You
Yeah,
cycle
I
stuff.
kind of
Yeah.
like cycle them in. So
Mm.
every 3 days, I'll take like two
Okay.
zinc, and then every day or so, I'll take like one magnesium and the vitamin B6 and stuff like that. Um, and that was always also based on blood work too that I had taken. I was like, you should be
Ah.
taking this
Okay.
stuff. So
Good.
okay, so
Good. Yeah.
but
Yeah.
yeah, so I try to take those as well with the Aphro-D, and it's like I think that's probably what accelerated my results. I think if you were to just take it by itself, it would take a little bit longer for you to see the effects. But because I had been taking those vitamins for such a
Mm.
long period of time, I think in combination with the Aphro-D, it was like instant.
Mm.
With it, like 3 weeks is pretty fast to see like a natural supplement working.
Interesting. Yeah.
And I
Interesting.
think that's
Mm.
something I think people, because we live in such like an instant
Yeah.
gratification society, like like that's why we drink alcohol, that's why we smoke pot, that's why we do whatever it is that we do. But like it's I think there's something to be said for slow is good. You know what I mean? Like I think anything that gives you immediate, like too quickly of results is probably not good for you.
Yeah. I
But
mean,
like
yeah, you're right. It's true. It's true. Yeah. The body doesn't like to, the body's smart, it doesn't like to
mhm,
change too fast. It doesn't want to, it does things in a gradual way to, because I think essentially if we lose weight too quickly, like within seconds or minutes, or put on weight too quickly, we would, kind of be, kind of, be influenced by illnesses and things like that. So the body is smart; it knows how to kind of to sort of defend itself, so to speak. So you're right. The slower the better.
and
Uh,
I think as far as like the psychological thing that needs to happen before taking any sort of supplement is like I just like that firm believer that good is good. So even if you're just making small positive changes every single day, and the results will come. You
yes.
know what I mean? Don't dwell on why isn't it doing the thing that they said it was going to do immediately. You should feel just like, okay, I'm taking this thing, it's going to happen, the results are going to come in whatever regard that they're supposed to come in, you know what I mean? But it's not going to be immediate. And I think that's really important for people to know because you know, as much as, and as far as like the excitement of what this product does, you should be totally excited about what it's going to do, but you also need to understand that it's going to take some time.
Oh yeah.
And I think that
Yeah,
that's good though, because if things just happen to me, like it would be insane. You know, like you wake up in the morning and you're just like,
you know what? Who knows what the future holds for technology?
that's
You just
true.
you don't know who knows what the future holds. Yeah. I mean, finally, I just wanted to ask you, what are your goals for the future? Like, what would you want to achieve for yourself?
Oh, for my, oh,
For
that's
yourself,
huge. That's a big question. God,
fitness
for
wise,
myself.
whatever wise. Like, okay, we'll talk about many health and fitness wise. Like, what is your ultimate goal
So
for that?
health and fitness
Yeah.
wise, I would like, I think, so because I'm going into winter months and stuff like that, I'd really like
Mm.
to focus on just bulking. You
Okay.
know what I mean? Getting as much as muscle mass as I possibly can. Um, and then after, you know, when summer starts to show up, then I'm start to lose that weight and I'll just start shredding.
Okay.
And so as far as fitness goals, I'd like to also start like eating a little bit better.
Okay.
I've
Yeah.
completely cut beer and stuff and alcohol out of my life, like for this period of time where I'm just going to be focusing on bulking and eating healthy and just putting good stuff into my body. So yeah, I think currently that's where I'm at with health goals. It's just, you know, focusing on just being as healthy as I possibly can, you know, getting as much sleep as I possibly can, being there for my family as much as I possibly can.
It's a good goal. Yeah.
Um, yeah,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
trying to be better, right?
Be better. Yeah. Yeah. Fair enough. And I always ask this to everyone, like, what would be like your message to the standard guy like yourself, 34-year-old from your province or area or Canadian? Like, what would you say to them? Like, what would be your message to that kind of guy trying to get fitter? You know, sort of stuck in a rut. He's also looking himself in the mirror. Like, what kind of things should he start doing to kind of get himself back into good shape again or into better
Change starts
habits?
change starts here first. You need to believe it's possible for yourself.
Okay. Yeah.
Then it happens here, and then it happens in your physical body. So if you're looking at yourself in the mirror right now and you're thinking, this isn't it, I could do better, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. You can do better, you know, but it's going to be the getting over that mental block of I can't and change it to I can in every aspect, in every regard.
Is that what
You
you
know
did?
what I
It
mean?
is that how you?
Oh,
Is that how it was for
totally.
you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like it was just like the sugar addiction and like just that's the other thing is just working through that whole oh, I really just want to eat like cake, right? I really just
Mm.
want to drink beer. I really just want to like, you know what I mean? But saying no, I'm doing this because I know it's going to benefit me in the long run. And yeah, it's that's the thing, right? It change happens here first, right? You need to tell yourself that you're capable of doing something, that you are incredible, like
Very
you're
good.
incredible. And like it was a huge psychological thing. Like I was giving myself high fives in the mirror every morning,
Oh,
and
okay.
like,
Good
oh
one.
yeah,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
it was like a big massive shift. Like it had to be. It's not good enough to just say, well, I'm just going to eat healthier. Well, why? Why do you want to eat healthier? Well, I just want to lose a couple of pounds. Well, why? Right? Like it has to go deeper than just the site the level of um well, I just want to be healthier. It's like, okay, well, go deeper into that. Why do you want to be healthier? Why do you want to make better choices? Right? And I feel like once you establish the reason why you're making better choices, that's going to be the thing that's going to get you up in the morning. Right? You know, those you know the mornings when you're getting up at like 5 o'clock in the morning and you're driving your ass to the gym. It is so much easier to go, I'm just gonna sleep.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Right. But if you're like, I need to get in shape because uh, my wife and kids are depending on me, because I want to actually be able to play with my kids, because I want to walk my daughter down the aisle, because you know what I mean? Like those deeper things, those are the things that are going to make the massive transformation within you. Right? It has to come from a deeper place. It can't be just surface level stuff. So that would be where I would start first. I'd say I would ask yourself the deeper question, like if you're not happy with who you are, then become who you want to be.
Mm. Okay, Jeremy. I mean, that was a very insightful, thoughtful, I think, goal for people to listen to, and let's hope people take that point on board And also, by the way, with your relationship stuff, like, yeah, by all means, post it on the group. Give us your advice.
Okay.
Yeah, we like to hear that sort of stuff, because relationships is a massive part of of manhood. Testosterone like is massive, it's huge. So we like to hear that kind of stuff and people's insights into relationships, and talking to women, all that kind of stuff. People, it's very important. So, but yeah, otherwise, I'm very excited to see your results in a couple of months when you do those blood tests. See where you are.
Me too, man.
Yeah, and yeah, thank you very much for talking to me, and I really hope other people listening in have got something from it as well. And yeah, we'll definitely have a chat in the very near future.
Sounds good, man.
Okay. All right. Well, have a great day, and
You too, man.
speak to you soon. Yeah. Take care. Thank you.
Great job.
Bye-bye.